my real big break was landing the cover of Thrasher in like 2018. And that was like my first photo in the mag. But a few years prior, I was out in California, just like saved some money, went out and like met some friends who already went out there, and I was shooting photos at I was in the like transition vert scene at the time. I was shooting photos with Rhino, and I got a photo at Washington Street Skate Park doing like a hell hop, they call it. It's like a boneless burial kind of weird out there trick. But that photo made it into the mag in like 2016 or something as a photo feature. So I was like so hyped, and I knew that like, all right, if I could just keep hitting up photographers or like just keep going, I could get noticed. And then yeah, eventually the cover is what like kind of definitely catapulted my motivation. Because right before I got that photo, that cover photo, I like kind of like gave up on seeking sponsorships because I was going to school, and I'm like kind of really like school a lot. I liked it a lot at the time, and um I was like content just like working, saving my money, going on like a mission for like a few months, and then coming back home and going back to school, whatever. And um but as soon as I got the cover, I was like, fuck, this is pretty sick. This won't happen again, and this opportunity won't happen again. So I quit school and pretty much quit work too. Saved, already had money saved, and was just like, all right, let me just do whatever the fuck. I was just following the stoke. Definitely was not easy because I have like some really loving parents, and um I understand where they're coming from now. Like the skate shit is like pretty insane, and it don't really work out. So at the time I was like fuck, I was like, fuck, why are you guys holding me back? Like I could do this, whatever. So there was a lot of like strife between family relationships growing up, but now they're super, super proud of me, and I'm really hyped for them too. So yeah, I mean, they didn't realize it at the time, and they still don't really realize it, like how big it is, because to them, Thrasher Magazine is irrelevant, really. Like they probably never seen the magazine on the shelf. You know, like Thrasher isn't really big outside of skating. It is a little bit, but as far as like my parents, they both grew up in Venezuela, and they emigrated to the States in like the 70s and 80s and shit, doing school, like doing work and like whatever. So like to them, the ideal plan is for like, their kids, me and my sister, to like follow their steps, like study, educate, work, go home, be a family person, go to work, go home. I don't know. But my dad surfs, so like he definitely gets it. He's an adrenaline junkie like me too. He gets it. But as far as like making it a like a type of job, that it's really hard to wrap your head around. Like I still have trouble describing even to like aunts and uncles. Like I don't know. I just get photos and videos and skate. I didn't think I could make money right away. I was like flow for Vans at the time, and I didn't have a board sponsor, a clothing sponsor. I didn't know fucking sponsors. And I remember just like, yeah, I went on like Jamie Foy SOTY trip, January 2019, I think, or 2018, whatever. And I was on the flight back from that trip, going to stay at Jamie's house. Because I just moved out of Florida. I just like went on that trip and basically just like left my life behind in Florida. I was like, all right, if I'm gonna do it, this is how I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go stay at people's houses and like just pretty much like see just whatever, see what I can get into. On the flight back, Lizard King, who was writing for Deathwish at the time, was just fucking like staring at me on the flight, dude. And it's from Australia. So it was like a 12-hour 15-hour flight to LA. Lizard's like 3 or 4 rows in front of me, just like looking back every 20 minutes, just fucking like grilling me, dog. Just like, are you gonna ride for the wish? Are you gonna ride for the wish? And I'm like, just so uncomfortable the whole time, like, because I didn't know what I wanted to do. I at the time I didn't really want to ride for anyone really. I was just like, fuck, dude, like I have to choose now. Like this is ridiculous. And then so that interaction happened, and then I got to meet everyone else. I got to meet Andrew Reynolds. I got to meet like Neen, Jay Thorpe, like just everyone, and they were so freaking cool. And like the people that run Baker Boys, they're just like legit as hell. So when I had the opportunity to call Jay, like, yo, can I get boards? And he's like, yes, of course. And I said, thank you so much. And then I wasn't getting paid either at the time. I kind of was struggling pretty hard. I was like, just like kind of stressing because I've always worked, but I didn't know California that well. So I didn't know like where I could work, etc. And then I just asked. I was like, yo, what's up? I'm serious. Can you just help me out? And then they helped me out, and then it's just kind of chain reaction. It means a lot to me. I'm pretty much, you got to give it to everyone at Baker Boys that puts in any type of work there. Like everyone there is a skate rat, whether it's warehouse employees or whether it's the sales reps. And like at the top, you got the boss, Reynolds. He's fucking in the streets skating every day. So like, of course, you know, if everyone is skating and like in tapped with the streets, like that brand is just gonna continually have a presence out in the streets. And I had this conversation with a lot of people, like why certain brands kind of, they fail to, you know, like update, and they fail to kind of make that mark again. It's because like a lot of the people that run it they're just not in the streets. And it's just like, to me, I'm super hyped that I can be with a company that are in the streets every fucking day. And that's all I want to be, is in the streets with these guys. Super, super simple.
Yeah. And that's the only board company you wrote for, right?
Yeah, I had back home in Florida, I had a sponsor called Lake Skateboards. This guy, Mark Lake, um, was a pro from the 80s. He skated for, I was it Blockhead? He did just do Lake Skateboards, but he was like a really rad ripping vert skater from South Florida, from my zone. So he put me on. I got like some boards and stuff, and they helped me out, and that was rad. And then I got like flow boards from a sales rep at Deluxe, and I was mainly getting like anti-hero shit. That's what I was asking for, because I thought anti-hero, I still think they're dope, but at the time they were like consuming my fucking, like anti-hero is the sickest shit ever. Like it just consumed my mind, was like going out there skating and exploring, seeing shit. So I was kind of like, I had the intentions of putting a lot of energy towards anti-hero skateboards, and I thought that I was like getting flow boards from them at the time, so I was like riding those boards and like was feeling that out. And but then that's it. Yeah, I just went over to Deathwish, was super hyped with them. Those are the only board brands that I've ridden for.